Part 2 of this date. So we get to the theater where there's a guy in the front row and he's coughing. And I turn to homeboy, we'll call him. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to kick this dude out because he won't quit coughing. Like, we're in the middle of a COVID pandemic. So homeboy decides to speak his mind. Not the brightest bulb in the box, but not my judgment call. And he goes, I was at Walmart the other day, and you could hear this cat all over the theater. And there was a guy coughing just like that guy in the front row. And I said, cover your fucking mouth. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Oh, this is bad. And the guy in the front row struck me as a street fighter. I've dated a few street fighters in my day. Let me tell you something I've learned. You might get one warning and that's it. And it's on and popping. And the guy turns around and I'm like, let me handle this. So it gives me the head nod. I turn to homeboy and I'm like, all right, this is it. Listen up. Because I've had all you I can handle. You shut your mouth. That guy in the front row strikes me as a street fighter and he could tear you up. You don't want none of that. I'm 5'3" and I could hurt you. But that dude, he gonna tear you up. And I ain't gonna sit around and watch that go down. And he started to open his mouth again. And I said, open your mouth one more time and I'm out of here. I'm not gonna sit here and do this anymore. You've gotten on my last nerve and I can't handle it no more. So the movie's going and I see this guy moving in for a kiss. I'm like, oh my God, help me. So he's moving in for a kiss. And so this is my head. This is his head. He's coming in. I just keep moving this way. To the point I'm leaned over on the other end of the seat. I'm like, oh! I never take my eyes off the screen though, so he doesn't know I know he's coming in. A few minutes later, he says something. I don't know what he says. I turn and I was like, huh? And he mumbles something again. And I'm like, what? And he goes, oh, is that what you want to know? No, it's not. Please go away. But he's coming in. I'm like, what am I going to do? I just come up with the best thing I could think of. I went, oh, and I grabbed my sign, go to the other way. And I'm like, oh, crap. That's a bad one right there. I start rubbing my side. I'm like, oh my God. I'm ready to get this over with. So, a few minutes later, he's moving around again. I'm like, my God. He has the attention span of a gnat. He gets out a can of snuff. My lips to God's ears. Gets out a can of snuff. And I'm like, where's he going to spit this dip out at? On the floor? In his cup? Oh my God. No, please. So, as he's getting this dip out and he's putting it in his mouth. I mean, it was everything I could do just to knock that can out. I just wanted to knock that can of snuff out of his hand. But I thought, keep it together. Keep it together. You can do this. You can do this. Just minutes away from being done. So, a few minutes later, I'm like, where's this dip going? Ain't on the floor. He's spitting it out in his cup. Then it dawns on me. Thank God a gory scene comes on the movie just at the time I realize he's swallowing his dip. And I just went, oh. And he jerks his head over and I was like, oh God. And he leans forward and I smell the dip on his breath and I see it in his teeth. You okay? Oh, you got to back up. I'm going to vomit. I can't handle gory scenes on the movie. I had to make something up. Jumped up, ran out of the theater. I collect myself. I'm like, okay. That's it. A few minutes left and we're done. Movie ends. I'm putting my coat on as I'm walking out the door. And this dude, I'm moving so fast. And mind you, I was in heels. Was practically sprinting. He's like, why are you moving so fast? I was like, you don't know? Were you present on this date or was it just me? So we get to my car. I open up the door. I feel him from behind. I'm like, oh, no. Turn around and said, yeah. He's like, well, can I have a hug? If it'll get you out of here, yeah, that's fine. All right, that's fine. So he's coming in for, not a hug, a kiss, like a moth to a flame. And I'm like, oh, God. I push him to the side. And he's pushing against me to come in. And I went, oh, Lord, no. Turned my head the opposite direction. So he backs up. And he gets to the end of my car. And he's like, so that's it? Yeah. What'd you think was going to happen? Well, I thought we could go back to my place and have some wine. Listen, I get that you're thirsty. And I don't mean about the wine. But I ain't going back to your place to play with you. You ain't getting none of this good. No, 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 no. After that display this evening, you're lucky I finished up this date. So he goes around the car. I jump in my car. My gut tells me, lock the door. I lock it. He turns around. I'm like, man, I'm getting out of here. Back it up, take off. He jumps in his truck. Starts to follow. I'm like, wow. My God, he's like a clinger stage 5. I can't shake this dude. So I'm zigzagging through back roads, and I'm thinking, he's in a dually. He can't keep up. And he didn't. I get on the interstate to head home. He calls me. I pick up the phone and I'm like, yeah. What is it this time? Oh, I was just saying, maybe next time you could come out to my place and I can make dinner. Yeah. I'll get back to you on that. Hung phone up. My word, my Lord, that was a horrific date. So glad that was over. Next Sunday, talk about part B, part C, or part 3. Part C or part 3, whichever one we want to go with. But just to let y'all know, I'm going to be posting these stories on Sunday, just because of my work schedule and my training schedule now. But be looking for them on Sundays. I don't have a set time yet, but they'll be out on Sundays. All right, I'm going to start closing out every time I close out one of my stories with a saying we have here in the South. Please and thank yous are a must, and a smile never hurt anyone.